everyone, my name is Kristen and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am currently a third semester nursing student now. This semester is almost coming to an end, so I thought it would be a fun idea to film my morning routine before clinical. So if you are interested, just go ahead and keep watching. Morning of clinical, we already know that clinicals can be very busy, a little bit stressful. We're always on the go, especially when it comes to clinicals. So I try to maximize my mornings and make them as stress-free as I can. The night before clinicals, I always make sure I have my uniform all set out. So normally I tend to do my laundry on the weekends just because I do only have 2 uniforms that I go back and forth between, and I actually only have 1 scrub jacket. So I have to make sure that I try my best to spot clean and like disinfect throughout the week, especially with my jacket. But I always make sure that I have my shirt hung with 1 pair of pants underneath the hanger, just so I make sure that I have my uniform already in place. So when I wake up in the morning, I grab my uniform from my closet and I go to the bathroom, which is where I am right now. And then I get dressed and do everything else I need to do for the morning. Now, another thing I do the night before to make sure my morning routine is as smooth as possible is I actually pack my clinical bag with all the things I need for that specific clinical. So I usually have a folder specifically for each clinical. So I'll have, for example, this semester I have a pink one for OB, I have a yellow one for peds, and then I have a purple for community. Now I also have like matching colored notepads that go with each folder as well, so I can keep my notes for each clinical separate. So I make sure that all those items end up in my clinical bag, as well as my stethoscope, pen light, bandage scissors. I have other things that I bring too, but I will also go ahead and link the video to what do I keep in my scrub pockets at clinical, because I try to make sure that I don't have too much weighing me down at clinical, because it can kind of get very annoying when you have so much in your pocket. Back to the morning routine. Another thing that I do is I also make sure my lunch is packed the night before. I promise all of this probably takes me not even 10 minutes to do, and by the time I wake up in the morning, it literally takes me less than 15 minutes to just get dressed, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then get all my stuff ready for clinical and go. It definitely really helps in the evening if you try to get as much as you can together for clinical, so when you have to wake up at 5, 6 in the morning, it's just super easy and nice and stress-free and relaxing to know that all you have to do is just dress yourself and look presentable. So I'm just gonna quickly walk you through exactly what I do in the morning. Now, I personally like to wash my face in the evening, especially like going throughout the day. There's so much dirt and grime on your face. But in the morning, just because sometimes I have very combination skin, so I do like to use an oil-free astringent, which this guy's almost out, so I have to get a new one. And then I also like to use the Aveeno Clear Complexion collection that they have for like the face wash and the moisturizer. So that is all that I actually use on my face. I'm not one to put tons of products on. I also don't really have any kind of bad acne or anything like that. I get spots here and there, but I have like a spot treatment. It's just like the Clean and Clear spot treatment that I use on anything that like pops up. I also don't know if you've noticed, but like ever since we've started wearing masks, I have friends, and I broke out at the beginning. I stopped breaking out now, but a lot of my friends have been breaking out right where the mask sits on their face. So I know that I have a lot of friends who are definitely taking care of their skin a lot more, just because of the fact that the mask doesn't really help, especially with like dirt when you're trying to make sure to keep your skin clean. But that's why I definitely like to use the astringent in the morning, just to make sure that I get any dirt, anything like that off my face before I'm going to have to wear a mask for 8 hours in the day. I always make sure in the morning that my teeth are super clean. I just like to make sure that I also bring gum with me or mints or something to like really help out throughout the day. So that's definitely a tip I would highly suggest, especially if you have like 8 to 12 hour shifts. Okay, so now I'm gonna get dressed and then move on to my hair. Alright, so now I'm ready to move on to my hair, and let me tell you, I've been asked a ton where I get my headbands. So the one I'm wearing today is just this blue one with the cactus on it. Now, a lot of my headbands I've either gotten from Amazon or Etsy, and they're actually very affordable. I think all of my headbands have been from anywhere from like $5 to maybe $12 or $13. The ones I got from Amazon were a little bit more because I did get them in packs, so I think they were like 20 or 25 for like a pack of anywhere from 4 to 6. So yeah, I do like to wear these headbands. I have very long hair. It is very knotted this morning, but it gets in the way of everything. I have little baby hairs that fly out, so my go-to hairstyle is literally just a bun. I do use ponytails, especially for like peds when I know I'm not gonna have my hair all in the patient's bodily fluids, but days where I'm at like community health where I know I'm gonna be hands-on with the patient, I always make sure my hair is up in a bun. Now, I also do like to do braids and fun hairstyles, so I was thinking if y'all wanted me to do like a video on my most common hairstyles that I wear for clinicals, and this would also be a great video for like nurses in the hospital who want to like spice up their outfit a little bit. I would honestly do a video on that if you guys would want to see it, but for today I am keeping it simple and I am just putting my hair up in a bun. So I always put my hair up in a ponytail because of how long it is, and then I put it in a bun to secure it. Honestly, this is the longest my hair has ever been, so I'm kind of getting used to having it this long. And, you know, I always feel like I want to cut it off, but I also really like my long hair, so it's a work in progress. Alright, and I like to do like a little half C right here, because I have such a big bun that if I kind of don't secure it in the middle, it just like bobs around everywhere. But these are the little baby hairs that I'm talking about, which they're like all over my videos, and I've just had to get over the fact that I have baby hairs. So that is why I always put a headband on. It's not that I absolutely love the idea of a headband, it's just to keep my baby hairs from sticking out all day, every day. All right, so that is pretty much all that I do for the morning. I'm just gonna quickly grab my lunch and then get ready to go, because the only other thing that I do like in the morning is I'll probably put on like a little bit of mascara, but I normally don't do that until I get to the clinical site just because it's so cold here. My eyes start watering, so I make sure not to put on my mascara until I'm at my final destination. Alrighty y'all, it's almost 6:45. While I was getting socks and everything to put my shoes on, I accidentally hit my bun, so I am gonna have to redo it when I get in the car, but I actually don't have to be at the clinical site until about 7:15 to 7:30 is usually when everyone starts showing up, but I do like to get there just a little bit early. I'm about 15 minutes away from the clinical site, and I do have to pick somebody up on the way who's like right on the way to school. So I do like to make sure I give myself extra time just to get there and de-stress right before clinical, just so I can go in with a clear mind, because don't forget, you are thinking like the nurse, so I do want to make sure I can try my best to figure everything out on my own without having to ask for help. But obviously I am a student, so I do ask for help all the time. But I'm gonna go ahead and get going. As you can see, it's starting to get light outside, so that's my cue. I will go ahead and update you in the car. Alright, it's 6:50 outside and I'm cold. It's in the 30s this morning, so I'm trying to get my car warm right now, but I'm actually kind of excited for this hospital clinical to be my last day, because this hospital I can do everything at except for charting, but that's okay because charting sometimes can take a while, and I'm kind of appreciating the fact that I don't need to chart right now as a nursing student. So I am going to be working with oncology patients, and I've already been in the chemo clinic, so I'm actually kind of excited to go back. I obviously have a background working at a cancer center, so I know a lot about it, and I also just really enjoy the specialty area. I can't even explain to you how quickly this semester has gone. I feel like I just started Peds OB and Community yesterday, so the fact that I am now going to my last clinical, and after this week I have 2 weeks left, and that includes finals. I swear, like, this program is just flying by. Come May, I will have to start studying for the NCLEX, and it's just kind of surreal, and it's a lot to think about, so I'm trying not to think about it right now, but I'm very excited, and I feel
prepared going into my final semester. So we will see what the day entails, and of course I will let you know. I'll give you a quick little summary after clinical, kind of how the day went and kind of how the ending of my clinicals went for my last semester. So for my 4th semester, just to kind of give y'all an idea of what my clinicals look like, I will be in Med-Surg 2 clinicals for half the time, and then my school does a specialty rotation, so we get to choose 3 specialty areas, and then they will place us in either 3. I know sometimes depending on how many hospital specialty areas they get, they can only accept so many students, so hopefully I get the specialty areas that I want, which right now I'm hoping peds or OB, especially with my OB clinicals getting cut so short because of the virus. I'm hoping that I can get more time in an OB unit or in the NICU, but I know those specialty areas are so limited, so we'll see. I'm trying to get hopefully into one of those, but I'm also open to anything because any clinical practice right now with all that we're going through is honestly just as good as any specialty. I really just want to make sure I have the fundamentals down, because there are actually some skills I haven't been able to perform yet, either because like my hospital, we weren't allowed to do it, or I just haven't had the opportunity. And I know at the clinical that I'm going to today, I can do everything. I just haven't really been in an inpatient side. I've only been in the outpatient side. So I'm hoping that if I have my med-surg there next semester, I can have that opportunity to be able to do more skills and be able to check everything off my checklist before I graduate. Alrighty, so I'm almost to clinical, so I am finally home. It's been a long day, as you can tell, like even my hair's had a long day. I was on the chemo floor, so I was literally just watching the nurses and assisting with chemotherapy, infusions, not just cancer patients, but there are a lot of patients who do need infusions for other things. So I got to start an IV, discontinue IVs. Honestly, I helped with a lot of the supplies, just like bringing the supplies and making sure that the nurses had everything they needed. But a lot of the chemo floor is really just IVs, primary, secondary piggybacks, and then just administering it and making sure that the patient's okay during the administration of the medication. So it's a lot of monitoring and observing. Not so much hands-on like in other areas, but it was still a great day. I'm officially done with clinicals. I have a few more classes online this semester, and then my semester 3 is almost over. And of course, I will do a semester 3 reflection and talk all about my semester 3. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you liked the video, please give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe, join the community, and I always want to wish you good luck on your nursing journey.